Hello, what's going on? I know I've been gone for a little while, so thought I'd come back and do a video for y'all. Um, Today we're going to be talking about balance. The word of the day is balance. And basically, I'm going to be discussing how I've been learning the art of balance and how to basically achieve that in my way. And then I'll be telling you a little bit about some of the things that I learned that are that taught me some ways of having balance. So let's go ahead and look at the notes. All right, so the first lesson that I learned that I wrote down from the fast, actually, most of these notes were things that I learned during the fast. My fast was 46 days for those of you that don't know. There was a lot of lessons that came with the fast, but definitely the biggest one I would have to say is learning balance. And I actually wrote down some of the lessons that I got. So here's what I have. First lesson is it's okay to feel sad. Learning to let my emotions drive sometimes, letting go of control, understanding everything doesn't go as smoothly as you want it to sometimes. That was basically elaborating or summarizing the lesson that we shared with you all from the movie Inside Out. That's basically in a nutshell what the lesson was from that, if you didn't get it. The second thing I have is establishing boundaries in my relationships, vocalizing my need for solitude, not giving into negative energy, even from the people that I love, speaking up for myself, learning to let go of the need to point out everyone's bullshit, remaining in high vibrations in confrontation or when being tested, but also learning not to let everything slide. We're not even gonna go into that. That's okay. Some of y'all can't swim, and that's okay. I'm trying to teach you how to swim. But the fact that I was talking about confrontations and then the sirens go off, either way, neither here nor there. Basically, the boundaries thing was I had a huge problem with telling people I need some space. Like, I'm the type of person, because I am an empath in a lot of different ways, which that's a whole nother topic because there's actually a breakdown. There's like 5 different types of empathy. And I actually have, I think, 3 or 4 out of the 5. So me being around people or being in certain environments, those things affect me in ways that most people don't really understand. Unless you are an empath, you really don't get the struggle that comes with being one in any way. There are different ones. Like I said, I'll go into detail later on. I actually read a book about it. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and it definitely helped me understand why I struggle so much with being around certain things and certain people and certain environments. But I've been learning to manage how I take in energy. Basically, that's where the balance comes from. Me learning that in order for me to be at peace, I can't always just stop my process of healing or releasing or grounding or whatever it is that I'm doing to give all of my attention to someone else all the time. I would literally stop what I was doing if I had my headphones on in any public area, and I have my headphones on. I wear big headphones for a reason, and people will see me with big headphones on and walk up to me and begin to speak to me. And sometimes that's fine, but in other cases, it's times where that's just time for me and God, me and my angels, me and myself to get realigned. And I allowed people to come into that space and put whatever energy it is that they had into it. And as a result, it was draining me, and I was also losing my connection. As far as being able to stand up for myself, so I told you guys in the last video that I had a super problem with finding my voice. It went from me losing my shit on people all the fucking time, being a toxic fucking person, and being lashing out in different ways because I wasn't able to express what I was going through. So I would take it out on other people. But after that, I went from that to not saying shit. just kind of letting people say whatever, do whatever, and not necessarily disrespecting me, but kind of just like taking the approach as, fuck it, I don't really give a fuck. But sometimes that blunt ass outspoken version of me should come out. And that was the hard part for me, the part where I still had to maintain that part of me that didn't let people fuck with me, but at the same time understanding that not everything has to be addressed. That's a very complicated thing for me. As far as my birth chart, I have a lot going on, okay? I just give you a little bit. My sun sign is Virgo Libra cusp. I'm literally dead center on the Virgo Libra cusp. So I have traits of both signs. Trying to balance that alone is a lot. Then you add the moon sign, the rising sign, and all the placements in the houses, and it's a lot going on. And literally my entire chart is full of outspoken, blunt ass signs. And because I was trying to smother that or put it in the background because it made other people uncomfortable that I was blunt as fuck, I was being inauthentic to myself by not telling people, hey, can you back off? Like, I love you, you cool and everything, but I need some space right now. Like, even with my wife, I love my wife to death, but I really had to buckle down and be like, babe, I'm sorry, I love you, but I just want to be alone right now. And that was extremely fucking hard for me because I'm so used to just kind of letting people come in and just like talk and vent and whatever. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I understand. And yeah, I do understand most of the time. And yeah, I do want to hear what you have to say. But sometimes I want to be alone. And that's okay. Like, just allow me to have that. And if you don't, then I'll know who you really are. Love you, mean it. But boundaries are there for a reason. If I set a boundary and I tell you, hey, can you back up? And you get all offended and upset, that lets me know you ain't, well, shit, fuck it. You ain't a good person to be around. So I had to learn that the hard way. Once I started doing that, it started separating a lot of people in my life. I started seeing a lot of different things. What else? Oh, remaining in high vibrations in confrontation or when being tested, but also learning not to let everything slide. So that's basically what I just said. I had a lot of situations where I had to talk to a person or talk to people or resolve situations or attempt to resolve situations without me going to the old version of me, remaining in this realm and yes, being able to see the bullshit and yes, being completely open to what's going on as far as their energy, being fully aware of that, being able to speak my mind and tell my truth, but also understanding that they wherever they at, and they sometimes people just don't give a fuck. They're not gonna try to hear you out. They're not gonna, all they want to do is they listen to respond, not to understand. So if you understand that and you know that, you kind of just, instead of trying to like understand me, get what I'm saying, like instead of doing that, kind of just be like, okay, that's fine. I got my point across. I tried to hear you out. I tried to get you to see where I came from. If you can come to some kind of medium or mutual ground, do that. But don't give too much energy to bullshit as far as like people getting however the fuck, if they want to get hype and scream and holler and all that, kind of just let them, fuck them at the same time, but don't let them cross boundaries to where you are not speaking up for yourself. Yeah, it was a hard balance for me to find because I kind of choose to either not say anything at all or spaz the fuck out. It was very hard for me to find a medium, but I think I figured it out, at least for this point, because you never really figure it out. Remain consistent in your spiritual journey. Oh God, do not go a long period of time without cleansing, releasing, meditating, and healthy nourishment. Amen. Girl, let me tell you, when I stopped, there was a point in our fast, it was like the last couple weeks, I said that in one of my videos, that we literally went into depression. And what I learned was I had been being very consistent. I have a very specific morning routine that I'm not going to tell you because it's none of your business, but I have a very specific routine that helps me get aligned every morning. When I got so deep into it because I was fasting, I almost got afraid of the level of things that were coming. Like there was a lot of downloads and epiphanies and realizations and things that I've never experienced before. So it kind of made me be like, I think I'm gonna chill on this for a little while, right? I went like a week and a half of just not doing anything, like not doing any of my stuff that I had been doing the previous months, like consistently. During that time, as soon as I stopped doing it consistently, the darkness, oh my gosh, just the level of it was so bad. Just the difference in who I was and how I felt and how I reacted and how I talked and how I moved and how I acted. Actually, if y'all look, no, because I don't think I recorded anything during that time. I was not in a good fucking place. But the second that I started my shit back up, girl, that was the best day of my life. It was crazy as hell, but now I know. Do not deviate from the plan, okay? If you set a ritual, if you set a specific agenda for your day, anything that helps you get ready for the day, if you do that in a spiritual way, don't stop doing it. That's wrong. That's redundant. Don't deviate from the plan. Shit, I don't know how else to say it. Stay on course. Don't lose track of where you are. Don't lose track of what you've been doing, because it will affect you. It will affect everything, and it will delay and block sometimes what you're manifesting because you stop being consistent. So don't do that. That shit was awful. Don't fucking do that. Practice what you preach. Anything you put on your channel is from personal experience. Girl, everything that I have posted, everything that I sat up here with my fasting ass, not being authentic because I have social anxiety. I don't really like getting on here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's weird for me to put myself out here like this, but I do it. Either way, the level of discomfort that I had, like, it showed in every video that I did. I was still being myself, but I wasn't fully being myself. But that's because I was going through a transition. If you can't tell, I'm a totally different vibe right now. Like, I'm still the same person. I'm in a different... Some people can't swim. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Right now... Wait, what was I even talking about? Practice what you preach. Everything I put on there, they was like, oh, you just gonna talk about it? No, ma'am, you gonna go through this too. You need to understand that what you're saying is not only helping others, but helping you as well. You're not just up there talking like, oh, hi, my name is Pri, and I'm here to help you heal. And that's not, that shit was, girl, I was so disappointed watching some of those videos, but that was the mask. Ooh, I can't wait to post this video for y'all later about mask. That's a little preview. You'll figure it out later. But that was part of the whole not having a voice thing. I put on a mask to get up here and try to teach you guys everything that I was learning, but still not being very much myself. Like, the first video that I posted was probably the most like me. And ever since that was the first video that I did fully myself. And then after that, I went on my fast. So when I went on that fast, the videos just kind of like, it was fun and it was still me, but it wasn't what they put me here for. So I said all that to say, if you gonna give out advice and teach people about stuff, make sure that you're doing what you're telling people to do. I had a big problem with like telling people something and being like all confident about it. And then when it came to me, the same thing that I taught somebody else, I didn't apply what I told them to apply. So then when they run me back and tell me what I said, I'm like, damn, like it goes deep. It's okay. Exist in real time. If you're not feeling positive at the moment, don't force it. It's inauthentic to put on a fake face and pretend everything is okay when it's not. But do not sit in it too long. Release and rejuvenate and get back on course. I just said every fucking thing that this thing just said. Come on now, you can't tell me they don't talk to me. Either way, it's okay to tell both sides of the story. The downs, girl, what is you talking about? The downs are part of the truth. Oh, I get it. The downs are part of the truth. You don't always have to leave that part out. Oh yeah. So look, I be telling y'all stuff, but I really don't. Like I tell y'all little pieces and little parts of it, but I don't really give a whole lot of information, right? How can I teach people and give a testimony if they don't know the bad part of it? If they don't know that the bad part is happening, they just see this good thing come out of nowhere and they're like, oh shit, how did she get that? I have to kind of like show you better than I could tell you, but still I have to tell y'all the bad parts. Like, not in detail, cause no, there's still boundaries even with y'all. Like, but I can't leave it out. That defeats the whole purpose of me getting up here, right? So expect to learn a little more about me. Probably not a whole lot more, but we'll see how it goes. I ain't gonna speak no negativity over it. Just know you're gonna see a lot more of me and who I am coming out. That's been coming up a lot. Show the world who you really are. Illuminate the way for others. It's been a lot of messages coming in like that. So I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm a pretty fucking talented person. I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to start sharing that with y'all. I'm very weird about me sharing my talents. I honestly keep a lot of the stuff that I do well to myself. But now I have been led to share. So expect to see a lot more different content on here. It's probably not gonna be just me standing up here doing whatever the hell I am doing. I do have a purpose. I literally come on here because I see what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know that I'm supposed to be a light. My name literally means virtuous humanitarian Freeman worker. That's deep within itself. Please, if you have not, look up the meaning of your name. The meaning of your name literally tells you what your purpose in life is, as well as your birth chart, your numerology chart, life paths, numbers. There's so much that goes, and that stuff, I'll go into all of that later, but find the balance. I don't know if I helped anybody today with the whole balance concept, but hopefully you can relate to a couple of things that I talked about and you will get something from my experience. And I do appreciate the people who have been following me and subscribing to me and telling me how much I've been helping them. I appreciate all of you. I really do. I really do. And I do have something coming. I ain't gonna ruin the surprise, but just stay tuned and know that I got y'all. I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I appreciate y'all listening to me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you.